Hi everyone, great to be with you as we head into the final stage of this rather challenging 2016 and get ready for what I consider to be the most exciting year that we will have lived in. I simply don't know how long. Perhaps never in modern history have the energies been so ripe for dynamic change in all of our lives. So right now the sun is in Capricorn, which it is every year in late December and January. This is the sign of everything to do with our goals and our plans and our working toward the outcomes in our lives. And so it's actually quite strange that late December and January, which is often a holiday season, is actually a period in our natural year, which begins on March the 21st, which is actually a very, very productive phase. So I encourage you all to, do what you can to have everything in order and thinking about your plans for 2017 by the 19th of December. This is when the messenger god Mercury turns retrograde, and he's also in the sign of Capricorn. Now, the usual cautions apply here. Not a great time to sign documents or contracts or to buy new IT gizmos and all that stuff. And indeed, he's the god of travel and movement, and so be very aware that you may need to stay kind of loose and accepting if travel plans go a little awry over the Christmas New Year period. But within that also is actually quite an excellent opportunity for Mercury retrograde this time in Capricorn, because this is going to help keep us steady, and this is a very grounding force mentally for us as we head into this very dynamic start to 2017. And yes, what can I say except that get ready for a period of intense and vibrant and exciting change. That's what's on the way for us all. And I encourage you all to be very aware, as ever, that it is up to each of us to use our own consciousness to invite the positive opportunities that are on the way, and to stay out of any conflicted and dynamic tensions that are also on the way. Because the big planets that are coming into play in 2017 start doing their thing right from the beginning of the month. And this is the relationship that is forming between Jupiter in Libra and Uranus in Aries. So here they are. I know this is back to front, but for the sake of the exercise, we see this exact opposition between these two big boys. Now, Jupiter is the planet of expansion and growth and opportunity and new goodies. He's got the 12-year cycle. He came into Libra in September, and since then, the area of relationship has been very focalized in all our lives. And the planet Uranus has been in Aries since 2011. So he's the boy whose keywords are freedom, expansion, revolution, and change. And we've been under his influence now for this last 5 years, as we've begun to see the breaking down and the big revelation of the fact that many systems on our planet are broken and that there is an urgent need for change. So as we head into the year ahead, as they're in this very powerful opposition, we will experience this tension of extremes. And this is the key that we're going to see right through into August, September next year. Extreme positions, very polarized positions, who's right, who's wrong. And of course, with the heightened energy of Uranus, there's also this anger, this frustration that's emerging. And we all know that this has really come into play from November, especially in the USA, as a new president was elected. And I encourage you all to see Donald Trump as an archetype. it's very important that we remain objective and don't get involved in the good guy, bad guy, fear, uncertainty routine that's going to be so prominent. Archetypes emerge from the collective unconscious as a response to the need for certain features in our global evolution. So this maverick change agent is exactly that. And I'm going to encourage you all to join me at midnight on the 31st of December, as millions of us are going to be joining together for a global peace healing meditation, so that we can begin to use our collective minds and hearts to influence the outcomes of these very uncertain times, and to believe strongly that from the midst of chaos, which is the feature of revolutionary times, that new order will emerge, and that the international implications and outcomes, which are also strongly featured in this whole story, which is, by the way, to do with Saturn in the sign of Sagittarius, who is also in strong alignment with Jupiter and Uranus. So, we've had Brexit, we've had growing unrest in Europe, and there's this overwhelming rising feature within the collective. Now, we'll also experience this personally. For many of us, there's this sense of, okay, I'm ready for change. At the moment, there can be a sense of, oh, well, wait a minute, there's also a sense of uncertainty, and there's this option or there's that option. And again, I encourage you as you head into January to keep steady in your thoughts, connect to your soul, ask for guidance, and trust that you will make the right decisions. This is Jupiter in Libra, decisions. And it's also exciting, Jupiter in Libra, because this is us inviting dynamic, fabulous new relationships into our lives, and be these collegial and personal, to advance us, to support us, to help us grow. And, it's very exciting in the midst of all of this uncertainty. And our job is to stay steady and in our center, and to use our energy, our thought forms, our dynamic psyche to support and nurture positive, sustainable growth and change. So the sun moves into Aquarius on the 20th of January, which is interesting, isn't it? That's the inauguration date of the president. And I've always found it interesting that, the presidents in the US are inaugurated on this first day of the sun in Aquarius, which is a signal of change. Once again, it's important that we hold steady from, being involved in dynamic ideas from people saying they want to disrupt things, or that, any form of conflict. Jupiter in Libra is about peace. One of the previous cycles of Jupiter in Libra that I'm very interested in is when he was in 1969. And this was the period when Jupiter was conjoined with Uranus in Libra. And this gave us Woodstock, the greatest gathering of musicians and peace, sort of aligned people that we experienced at that period, which was also a period of tremendous revolutionary change. So, really get on board this idea of peace. That is our evolutionary potential to move beyond conflict and fear and warfare as a means of staying safe and securing, resources and the whole nature of how our planet has been running up until now. This is the age of Aquarius coming in, people. This is time for a whole new paradigm. And we have to be that. Our little atom, you and me, we contain the collective impulse toward a unified, peaceful future. So, bless you all, and here's to a fabulous 2017. And, stay in the light.